We're back! We're back and we have our games. It was a bit of a conundrum. Been chaotic.
A pretty long break, but we are back for the final game of Swiss of USS Spring Split. And it's going to be the Portsmouth Paradons versus the Shanghai Spooners. Fun fact, actually, about the Shanghai Spooners. I fortunately know them because they are the Abertay second team, and usually after every match, a lot of them go to Weatherspoons, hence the name Shanghai Spooners.
That's a banger lore bit, by the way. That's so good. Imagine, alright guys, we went 2-0, 2 to spoons type shit. Dude, that's crazy.
That is what they like to do.
And then Portsmouth Paradons, I think, are missing 2 of their roster. Is that right?
No, it's actually the Shanghai Spooners who are missing 2 of their
Oh,
roster.
good. Oh, awesome. This is going to go great.
So for Portsmouth Paradons, they're going to have Oryx and Enduring on DPS, and Neptor on tank, with Material Girl and Cooker as the backline. And the Shanghai Spooners are going to have support players, House Sealy and Hedge Wizard on DPS, their main starting tank of Red, and other 2 support players of Axon and Roselia on their support roles.
This is going to be good. This is going to be good.
This is going to be a very interesting game to watch if you're a viewer, so don't stay tuned.
Please, this is going to be funny. This is going to be so good. 4 support players, huh?
4 support players. They are down both. Hedge Wizard is more of a flexible player, but his main role is support. But they are unfortunately down both of their starting DPS.
This is gonna be good. Maybe do one of them play Ana? That's all that matters. If you play Ana, you can play any hit scan.
They have their Ana player, I believe, still on support.
Uh-oh.
They have their Lucio player actually playing DPS.
That's close enough.
Close enough.
Close
pretty
enough.
much a DPS.
Let's be real. That character speeds you in and then just kills people. Let's be perfectly clear. That's all that character.
Exactly.
Right. So we're moving into our bans here. What are you thinking for bans?
With the Shanghai Spooners, I don't know. Maybe a Zarya ban. Red is an avid Junker Queen player, but it's actually going to be Portsmouth with the first ban of the Domina.
Yeah. Probably just not comfortable with it. Don't want to deal with it. Get it out of the game. I trust it. Fully trust that.
Never against the Domina ban, and it's going to be Crazy Raccoon. Shanghai Spooners, sorry. They're going to be counter-banning the Ash.
Do we know what map it is? Is it Gibraltar, or is that just what our overlay is?
I don't think we know what the map is yet. But we do know what the map is, actually, sorry. It is going to be Shambali Monastery.
Shambali. Ash is kind of decent on the map, so the ban makes sense. Especially if you have 2 support players. Probably a good shout if you're trying to ban out things that you can't pick on a good map, right? So
that does leave the Sojourn available, though.
It does leave Sojourn available, but you can get away with Sojourn just kind of hitting left click and right click.
That is true.
I think it might work out. I actually don't know what to expect here. This is gonna be wild. This is gonna be mental. I hope.
This is going to be very chaotic. If you are in the mood for a silly game this evening, we are going to bring one right to you with this game. So stay in your seat, grab a lovely bit of popcorn, grab a nice drink, and get ready for some chaos, I think.
I would, but they've put me in the plastic bag, so I can't get out of the bag.
I'm stuck in my jetpack as well, so I can't move.
Why did production give you a jetpack and I got a bag? How did this happen?
They like me more.
What?
Yeah.
They said they got the bag for free.
I got my jetpack for free.
What? I feel a little robbed. All right. And looks like we're going into game 1 here for Portsmouth Paradons versus Shanghai Spooners. This is going to be good. This is going to be crazy, I think.
It's going to be Shanghai Spooners on the defense to start with, and Portsmouth Paradons on the attack.
What are we seeing? Can I just say, I do really like Material Girl's name. That's a good name.
That's a strong backline. Material Girl and Cook Cooker. That's a strong backline if I've ever seen one. As we go into the hero reveal here, it is going to be
Mercy Lucy. Okay.
Okay, no, Juno Mercy. Juno Anna. We got baited. We got baited.
That jump scared me. I'll be honest. I was like, huh?
Anna, Juno, out of Shanghai Spooners with the Junker Queen, Bastion, and the Venture, and an Anran maybe on the side of Portsmith Paradons.
I think I have a controversial opinion of Anran. I think this character's high-key broken, or low-key broken, rather. But, like, I just don't think anyone knows how to play her, or her numbers are too weak. Just this character seems ridiculous.
I do think her left click is a bit weak. She could get her numbers up, and I think she could be very good. But as we start off the game here, we'll see what happens.
This, I think Enduring's gonna try and go for this one-shot and steamroll, but I don't think he's gonna find it, dipping super low, and Enduring goes down! Put some 4 players on DPS, it turns out.
Yeah, a lovely drill from Hedgerows, who just, I'm pretty sure, drills Enduring into the wall, and Red's there to clean up the kill on his signature Junker Queen. Now just brawling on the corner, waiting for the next move.
Big, or very, very fast rotate onto the flank here. Oryx trying to go for building his stacks of fire. Turbo coming out of House Sealy here. Doesn't pick up a kill. They get the space because you do not want to contest at turret form. That's a very quick way to lose your HP. Unleash Raptor diving into onto House Sealy. Down goes House Sealy as well as Enduring. Axon goes down as well. Not looking good for the Spooners. Very split up as well.
Yes, Abertay is still looking to fight this, the Shanghai Spooners are, but Red's falling low, and it's going to have to just be a full reset here, I think, out from the Shanghai Spooners.
Staggered out on the Red. Not good.
Hedgerows gets staggered out there.
Well, big damage on Unleash Raptor.
Unleash Raptor going a little too early, and Red look here to push the pressure. Shout in, knife.
Knife goes out. Susie to cleanse off all those bleeds. Cook Cooker super low. And he lands the knife. He's a sniper.
Lovely knife there from Red. And that's going to be Portsmouth Paradons heading for the hills, but they're coming back with a lot of firepower, closing in on that Vermilion Ascent, that Downpour, the Kitsune Rush, and the Sound Barrier. And Abertay, sorry, Shanghai Spooners, only just have that Queen out.
During exploding from House Sealy.
Yeah, another knife there from Red. He's not missing with these, and he's also going to take down Oryx, and Enduring has had enough of Vendetta, moving over to that Sojourn.
Yeah, I think on this map as well, it's going to be a very good idea, especially if you already have on-run for your flank. I think you really need to double up on it. The big burst from Sojourn, super good. Downpour coming out from Unleashed Raptor. The lamp comes out to save everyone, but the huge ult from Oryx, getting 3 of them, and a massive team wipe.
Yeah. Shanghai Spooners, no ults to defend that. You've not got your orbital ray, you've not got your window to relieve pressure, you just have to sit there and take it, but they only use the Deadeye for that, so they'll be able to come back to the second point here with 4 ultimates, compared to only the Kitsune on the side of the Portsmouth Paradon, so they should be able to win this next fight here.
Yeah, we got 4 ults available to Shanghai Spooners, with window coming up very shortly. But I don't think that's going to matter too much. You have the Kitsune Rush. Enduring dipping super, super low. Material Girl dipping super low as well. And Enduring falls. Not looking good. Window coming out from Axon. Seems a bit soon. Cooker falling as well.
The parallel window to the choke point, and Sealy uses it to get killed to Cooker. And now Staggers out here on the hazard of Unleash Raptor. The Rampage invested, okay!
Huge carnage onto Material Girl as well as the Rampage. Unleash Raptor falls.
Don't know if that was needed, but Red's cleaning up those kills out of their way, and Shanghai Spooners getting a nice little setup here. They have the orbital ray, they have that tectonic shock, and still only the Kitsune Rush inside of Portsmouth.
Just looking for a big posture. Hedge Wizard hiding in a corner, looking like they're ready for the tectonic shock. I see he's just a little bit low. Kitsune Rush coming from Cooker, as well as with the overclock. Very scary to see happen. Lamp comes out, lands onto Enduring Falls, not getting value from the overclock. How's he feeling as well as Material Girl? Not looking good for Portsmouth. Big carnage onto Oryx there. Good knife as well. Red, very clean with his knives. Precise! Surgical, even.
He is not missing today. He's woken up on the right side of bed. And Abate just win that with a Ray into the Kitsune Rush, into the overclock. But a lovely axe in there from Red. Just cleans up the rest of the fight. And Abate looking to get a nice ult cycle going. Portsmouth don't seem to exactly have an answer at the moment. They have the downpour coming up though. They have the sound barrier. They have that Vermilion Ascent as well. But the High Noon and Tectonic Shock on the other side will be quite an even fight.
The, I don't even know what Onron's ult is called, the Phoenix Ascent thing. Very soon. Downpour coming out from Unleash Raptor. Arx turns to contest the Tectonic Shock behind them. Deadeye comes out, getting a pick onto Unleash Raptor. Not looking good for Portsmouth Paladins. Arx throwing out the ult, but doesn't get a pick. Unleash Raptor switching to the ball. Arx falls. Red clean with his knives. Big carnage onto Enduring. Enduring falls. Cooker also falling to that very same carnage. And Unleash Raptor looking like they're trying to contest the point.
I mean, Portsmouth put everything into that fight. They've got nothing left. Shanghai Spooners, they have the window, they have the rampage to clean this game up. Or this side up, sorry. Big axe down to Unleash Raptor.
Overtime enabled here. Unleash Raptor contesting with this entire team. Do not group up into this into red with the rampage. Rampage coming out, getting 2 picks on a Cooker. Cooker falls. Oryx falls. Unleash Raptor down as well. Not good. This window blowing up the entire team. And Portsmouth fall, only going about halfway from that first point there. Not a great place to get that pushed up to. Shanghai, very clean, honestly.
I mean, it's the Red show at this point. Portsmouth Paladins cannot deal with this Junker Queen. Red getting absurd value with every cooldown he uses. And he's putting them in the backpack.
Yeah, those knives are pristine. If I could see what the percentage accuracy is on that, I'd have to guess that's at least 80%. Every single knife that I've seen come out from Red has landed, and it's usually resulted in someone dying. Very, very clean. Seems very confident as well. House Sealy on the Echo, and it looks like Portsmouth are going to run it back on a similar comp. Not sure if that's the call.
Still believing in the Onron and the Hazard, but you need something to shut down this Queen, even though Red is now on Malga.
Do we know if that's going to stick? He might just be emoting.
He might just be emoting, but they might be getting a little silly. I did say they are known to be a little silly at times. This could be a moment of that.
Hey, getting silly's never hurt nobody before. That is a lie, by the way. I am lying to you. I am very much lying to you. And during our cast, switching it up,
maybe just
Hedge Wizard on the Widow?
I think maybe just for the opening pick, this angle onto the high ground, probably just going to take one shot and then switch off, yeah. And during on this cast, maybe just to try and help hinder the Queen as she walks up. Slow her down, burst her down, but a lot of damage onto the Spooner's backline already.
Very, very scary. Roselia? Dipping low. We get the lamp come out from Axon. Everyone's pushing that side flank there. Very scary with that speed boost from with Red. Spooners dipping really low. Roselia falls for the Spooners as well as Axon. Housley falling as well. Red so low. Hedge Wizard doesn't get out in time. They're staggering Red. Not good. Not good.
Yeah, just trying to filter the small way against the Hazard, against an Anran. There's a lot of poke damage, a lot of burst out just coming at you, and well, they couldn't handle it. But Red already 50% away to this Rampage, but 70% to High Noon and the Downpour on the other side.
Smith looking way more confident on the defense as well, which you like seeing. They're running it back on this flank. Housesealy with the speed boost in the turret form. Can he get a good pick yet? Not quite. Oryx super low. Red falling to Enduring as well as Axon. Housesealy also falling. Oryx also dropping. I don't think it matters too much though. Hedge Wizard does get out.
It is a good trade onto Yanran. That's going to be a lot less pressure if you want to walk up fast here for Shanghai Spooners, but they have to go before the Yanran gets back. But it's going to be hard. There's a High Noon, a Beat, and the Downpour on the other side, so they're going to have to try and make something work here.
Switch onto the Sojourn. Not surprising, to be honest. Getting that pick is going to be a little bit more consistent rather than the Bastion. Roselia falling again very quickly. You don't love to see that. Housesealy taking the duel with Enduring, loses it, unfortunately. Action also falling. This is not looking good for the Spooners. Portsmouth feeling way more comfortable on defense. Red's in here, landing his knives, but I don't think it matters.
I mean, they just can't get set up properly. Portsmouth are always just going first, being faster, getting that opening pick on to be it the backline or the DPS of Sealy, and well, yeah, they just Shanghai can't get anything done. Portsmouth now with 5 ults here. So maybe just try and put this game to bed.
I think so. I think we've got a couple more fights though. We're running it back in this corner. I'm not too sure about it. We haven't seen it work. Roselia falling. Downpour coming out. Not good. This whole team is very vulnerable. Deadeye coming out as well. Enduring falls. We have Rampage available. This fight isn't quite over yet. Oryx also falling. Red is still in this fight, not having it with Hedge Wizard. And somehow, Shanghai have managed to win this out, not spending any ults for the trade of 3 on a Portsmouth.
And that's a huge fight for Shanghai. You got exactly what you wanted there. You baited out ults out of Portsmouth, and you won the fight. That is a real momentum shifter, actually. Now, they're the team with the ult advantage, so they want to try and not burn all these ults at once. And we'll see what they do here.
Comboing the window with the overclock is going to be crucial here. Red ready to go with the Rampage. It's looking like Material Girl might be able to shut it out with the sound barrier. Big ult for Roselia with the window. Rampage coming out, but we respond with the beat from Material Girl. Red dipping super low. Oryx falling to the Tectonic Shock. Unleash Raptor falling. Material Girl falling. Red is still alive somehow. Has Wizard low, but I don't think it matters because we get the pick on a cooker and we take the first point. Shanghai clutched out.
Yeah, Shanghai used most of the ult back there, but luckily for them, Portsmouth traded the ults back, so a pretty neutral economy at the moment. The overclock from the side of Sealy coming up to the window, and the High Noon, Downpour, and Vermilion Ascent combo from Portsmouth back online again.
Red so aggressive, and even when it's looking bad, he continues to persevere and pushes his advantage, even when it doesn't look great, and it works out for him. He's in here. Downpour coming out from Unleash Raptor. Cooker falls, unfortunately. Unleash Raptor falls. Enduring falls. Material Girl also falling. Window coming out from Axon again. This is looking very good for Shanghai Spooners, and the entirety of Portsmouth lose. And game 1 goes to Shanghai Spooners.
Yeah, the last fight there. Lovely little OC window out from the Shanghai Spooners. Oryx tries to clutch up as he can with the Vermilion Ascent, can only kill 3, and the last 2 players on the point just unfortunately taken down, and that's going to be Shanghai Spooners taking map 1. A rather close map 1, but taking a map 1 nonetheless.
It looked a little bit sketchy there, I'm not gonna lie, but we lock in the Sojourn and we get those picks It was, I don't know what was going on, but they shook it off and they came back very strong. Well played from Shanghai Spooners. Are we seeing a queen ban? Is my question.
I'd probably say yes.
I would have to agree. Getting that queen off the board for them is gonna be so important. Unless you have a counter pick that you want to have to deal with, I think making sure that queen doesn't happen again is gonna be very, very beneficial for Portsmouth. Just so much pressure can come out from that one character alone.
I mean, Queen, one of those characters, you don't deal with her. She's a menace in the lobby. You do deal with her. She does nothing. It's a very coin flip character, very hit or miss. But Portsmouth unable to deal with the Queen at the moment. And that one of those fights on first point where Portsmouth used 3 ults and lost the fight was the real turning point probably in this game. They just lost the ult economy and the whole momentum of the game just flipped in the favour of Shanghai Spooners. They were just able to use their ults, cycle them well, and just pretty much complete the map.
That we did see that really good ult fight from them. It was very well played. The 5 ults available to Portsmouth. The downpour came out, and both the DPS ults came out, but it wasn't enough. Red really comfortable in trying to sidestep everything, and even when his numbers were low, clutching it out and getting that first point for that team, very good, especially with the ult advantage, was just enough. But on to our next game, we're going back to King's Row. Oh man, you know I love me some King's Row.
I mean, I do love a bit of King's Row myself, but you are mentioning Red on that first fight. I do want to point out, I didn't notice it, but Hedge Wizard on the Venture getting a 4K to help roll the cart in on that first point in the overtime. I actually noticed it at first, but I've gone back and looked. 4K on that Venture to help roll across.
Yeah, Venture
of
fresh.
As much credit as we're giving to Red, we need to also shout out the members of the other team that helped out, and especially Hedge Wizard on that Venture.
Damn right. I just gotta think for tanks. Sorry. I gotta glaze the roll.
As you said, we are moving into King's Row here. And we will be getting that ban shortly.
Portsmouth, are we seeing the Venture or the Queen ban? Let's hope not. That Queen was so fun to watch. I hope not. Give us a game.
And there's actually going to be a sub here, I think. I think Cooker is coming out, and I think Fej is coming in.
Huh.
So, interesting. So that was I believe the Kiri player from Portsmouth coming out. So, interesting to see what they want to do with that sub.
I don't remember what Fesh plays, but I do recall when we watched a Portsmouth game, they played very well. But BAP getting banned from Portsmouth.
The BAP Judo backline, very sustainable, very easy just to keep themselves alive, and banning out of that bad line might make it a lot more uncomfortable, a lot more easy for the Hazard just to get in there and do a lot of damage on maybe the Ana Juno is what they started out with, so getting rid of the Baptiste, I don't mind that as a ban. Shanghai still waiting for their response, but we will see what happens. That does leave the Queen open still.
So recall that big ult fight we had, the lamp coming out and denying a lot of time for people to die is probably a good shout on the ban. They're probably less worried about the Queen and more worried about removing the things that can enable Queen for them. Yeah. Probably a good shout, actually.
Yeah, it's a pretty good ban. Shanghai still just thinking of a counter ban. Maybe you look to go for that Hazard, try and see what other look Portsmouth have. Maybe you go for a Lucio ban. You weren't playing Lucio yourself. It's going to be interesting what they're going to come back with. But as that, we are going to leave both the Queen and the Venture open. Again, banning the Baptiste is going to remove what's how to support the Queen and the Venture. But that does leave open the Kiriko still. You can go back to the Kiriko over the Baptiste.
An on-run band!
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, Oryx was putting in a lot of work last map on that arm round. Maybe just something they don't want to deal with, or something they're not familiar with, and they just want to get it out the lobby and just not think about it, pretty much. I don't mind that ban at all.
I would have to agree with that. We're getting those big Phoenix ults that just kind of evaporate Shanghai. So having the ability to turn that off for them and play a little more comfortable and play with something a little bit more, I guess, classical, a little more fresh in their brains might be beneficial for Team Shanghai Spinners. However, it could be that they don't have a way to respond to it. So, looking forward to this game here.
Yeah, I think King's Row, a very brawly map. I'm expecting to see a brawly look from both teams. Maybe a Zarya from Portsmouth to see if that could do anything against the Junker Queen of Red and the Venture of Hedge Wizard. Again, Zarya is able to bubble a lot of damage from a Venture engage or a Queen engage. So we will be interested to see how Portsmouth try and adapt to this.
Venture Vendetta? Zarya smile?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That does leave a lot. No hit scan does leave the Queen kind of free to do what they want. You need a hit scan just to help try and pressure down that Queen, but I believe we will be going in here shortly now.
Believe so. Moving to game 2 of Shanghai versus Portsmouth. That's gonna be a goodie. Gonna be a goodie.
We are moving into the streets of King's Row, and it's going to be Abertay, Shanghai Spooners on the attack first, with Portsmouth starting on the defense. Anything in particular you want to see here?
Well, the things I want to see are the wrong picks, but what I think I want to see here, I want to see that Queen come back. That Queen was kind of fresh. I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of, and it's back. It's back. And House Sealy on the Soldier, Hedge Wizard on the Vendetta. But it looks like we're gonna see a very classic Zarya Vendetta from Portsmouth with a Ashe to follow up as well.
Yeah, that's something like I expected from Portsmouth. Put a Zarya in. Sorry, just. Try and shut down this Queen and this Venture as much as possible. When our Hedge Wizard is on the Vendetta, but again, Zarya very helpful with the Vendetta engage. You can bubble the targets that are being dived on by Vendetta and just burst down the Vendetta when her bubble breaks. So we will see how this whole match plays out as we are getting into King's Row.
On the Mercy.
Maybe just to damage boost the Widow and spawn, and it is going to be moving over to the carry, but Sealy is sticking on this Widowmaker. Nope, moving over to the Soldier. Never mind.
Back to the Soldier. Zarya contesting Red is going to be very, very scary for him, but Vendetta running towards his DPS doesn't get the pick that he's looking for. A lot of staging happening. No one's able to land a final blow yet. But these damage numbers are so bursty, and Oryx is the first one to fall from Red's knife. Not what you want to see on the first defense. Hedge Wizard also falling. Don't think it matters. Axe and dipping super low, and During also pretty low as well. This damage profile is very bursty, very scary to go against.
Still a 4v4 on the point though. Unleash Raptor jumping down to contest the point. Big dynamite onto the backline. Suicide out by Axon, and Material Go free skating above the point. Red falling very low, and it's going to have to be a little reset here for both teams. Nope, Hedge Wizard, as I say that, flies in onto the backline.
Hedge Wizard flies in. There's a bubble coming out onto him. And House Sealy also falling from Oryx. Oryx gets a double kill for onto Axon. Roselia also falls. Hedge Wizard also falls. And that's a team wipe for Team Portsmouth.
Oryx there with a beautiful 4K engage. Gets the bubble, goes over the top, and just lands on the backline. And it is going to be Red swapping off this Junker Queen and moving over to the Zarya to mirror this Zarya Vendetta style.
This is going to be quite interesting. We're not seeing a Lucio come through from Roselia, maybe favoring a little bit more of that throughput rather than the consistent speed. Oryx super, super low falling. Accident coming out with the Kitsune Rush. Falls instantly from Unleash Raptor. Duel coming out from both the Zarias. Doesn't matter. Material Girl melting. 4-man grab from Unleash Raptor. Doesn't matter. Red also falling. Not good. Hazel also falling. There's so much charge on the Unleash Raptor. And he clutches it out. Not good.
Lovely there from Portsmith. You see Shanghai get the opening pick. Action pops Kitsune Rush, and it's got a headshot there from Enduring. Just picks off that Kiriko. Unleash Raptor finishes up the kill, and then gets a huge grab on point. And just cleans up the rest of the team along with Enduring. And well, they do only use 2 ults, and they still have a good Bob, they have a good Beat, and they have a good Sundering Blade. And Abertay not have much yet. Sundering Blade out already from Oryx.
Nothing comes out, unfortunately. We do have Bob and Beat ready to go. I think we're going to try and combo the Orbital Strike with the Visor. Hopefully get a lot of damage out quickly. Material Girl's Beat comes out. Doesn't quite save them, unfortunately. Bob coming out from Enduring. Red falls very fast from Oryx. And the Zarya just melting those health bars. Hazel also dipping very, very low. Falling. And Oryx also falling. It's just really bad to see for the Spooners, unfortunately. Hazel switching to Bastion.
Getting no value out their ultimate. Bastion swap out from Sealy, just tried to burst down Azari in the front line, but Unleash Raptor has another grab already, and Enduring just picked off Accent. A big
3-man grab!
Yeah, and that's not
Huge
quite over
bubble.
yet. Great bubble there from Red, but Sealy with no care on the swing. Unleash Raptor is just killing them all. Enduring's helping out. And Shanghai have to run for the hill. There's only 10 seconds left.
Grab coming out from Red. Grabs Unleash Raptor. Oryx falls. This might be enough. Red super low, but has no bubble to
Someone
keep
needs to
himself
touch.
alive. Someone has to touch.
I know,
and it's
but he
not.
touches.
No. It's just barely off. And Shanghai can't grab a first capture.
The
Zarya.
C9 out from the Shanghai Spooners with ultimates up as well. You hate to see something like that happening. It's all Unleash Raptor and Enduring on the scoreboard. 13-0, 9-0. Shanghai just don't have an answer for them.
Yeah, the Zarya Vendetta is so much damage all at the same time. It's almost impossible to live through that. Even with the Zarya bubble of your own to deal with it, it's so much burst, and then the Zarya consistent damage is terrifying. It's just so scary. And Oryx showing more than capable that they're willing to play it.
Yeah. Sealy moving over to the Ashe here, maybe to mirror Enduring, but Enduring going to be starting on that classic King's Row Widowmaker. It's going to be just same comps again. Zarya Vendetta on both sides. The Juno favored more from the side of the Shanghai Spooners compared to the Lucio of the Portsmouth Paladins. Juno usually more healing output, but again a lot more squishy on the Vendetta dies. It's a double-edged sword, but we'll see what happens here.
Shanghai walking out on the same comp.
Enduring holding his fire, grapples forward, misses the shot on the Vendetta of Hedge Wizard, bubble out from both teams. And
he gets the pick on the Hazel. Not good this early.
That's very detrimental to the Shanghai Spooners, but still 4v5.
Fine. Hedge Wizard looking to get the pick onto Material Girl. Red super, super low. Not good to see. Hedge Wizard also falling from Enduring here. Denying a whole sightline is not very beneficial for them. They have no way to really respond to the Widow, unfortunately. Unleash Raptor super low as well as Fej. Can they survive? If they hit this point, it's over. And the C9 from Red is not what you want to see. And game 2 goes to Portsmouth. 1-1.
Yeah, no answer there from Abertay to the Zarya Vendetta comp. And too much damage for Red to walk forward. You can see he's trying, but as soon as he nearly gets to that point, he just blows up. And well, yeah, on to game 3 now.
Super bursty play of the game here. Yeah, I can definitely see a Zarya ban coming out here. It's very evident that Red's not as comfortable dealing with it. And I think enabling Vendetta for those very safe dives with the big damage is just not good. You can't let that happen to you over and over again.
Yeah. Zarya banning out the Zarya. I would expect the Zarya ban out here definitely for the Shanghai Spooners. Bans out the Zarya, hinders the Vendetta, helps the Queen play more, and protects the Queen ban in general from the side of Portsmouth Paladins.
This could be a bit mental, and we're on Suravasa.
Yeah, looking to go for this brawly style again. I would assume again a Zarya ban coming out. Suravasa, a very... You can do a lot on Suravasa. You can go for a dive comp. You can play brawl. It's a very open map. You're able to do a lot of it. A lot of different things on it, sorry. So it's going to be interesting to see what both teams decide to do here.
I think we might see the Queen come back out. I'm not sure, especially if we let the Zarya through. I think we have to play it. Unfortunately, I just can't see it staying open. It might be Vendetta is the one to get banned instead, but I just can't see Zarya being banned here, or not banned here.
Yeah, I can see Zarya being let through by Shanghai Spooners. And it is going to be the Zarya ban out here for the Shanghai Spooners.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Hinders the Vendetta, helps the Queen play more freely. Pretty good ban.
For sure. Portsmouth, curious to know what we go for here. I wonder if we're going to see a Queen ban to force them into something a little bit more uncomfortable. We didn't see it get too much value, but I'm not sure if it will be worth it.
I don't think they can ban the Queen because Zarya's already been banned.
Zarya's banned,
ban.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting. Maybe a Juno ban.
Juno ban might be a good show.
Juno Roselia sticking to this Juno. Maybe just try to make her uncomfortable as possible.
We're not running Kiri, if I recall correctly, right?
It was in the both sides were running Kiri that map.
They weren't running Lucio, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah, they weren't running Lucio. They were running the Juno Kiriko. Still no ban here, but very interesting to see what happens.
Deliberation.
Deliberation. You're map 3, last game of Swiss. You want to win this one as much as you can. I don't blame them for thinking it over and seeing what's best.
Honestly, Hedge Wizard kind of fresh on the venture.
Yeah.
Just saying, might be a good shout, especially on this map as well. Bunch of narrow corridors.
Yeah, a bunch of narrow corridors, bunch of little spaces for Venture, just able to get themselves into, get some kills, get value, drill people out of position. Be interesting to see what happens here. Hedgerow is obviously very good on his Venture, very good on his Vendetta. That's going to be the Bastion ban out from the side of Portsmouth.
Didn't see a whole lot of it come out from the Spooners. We saw it for just a little bit. I think what we're doing here, though, is we're going to run something that Bastion gets dunked on. And my guess is it could be something Hazard, maybe a Winston. One of those two kind of gets smoked by Bastion. So the counter ban, I think, is a very smart idea for Team Sport Portsmouth.
Maybe going back to that Hazard style of play, Bastion able to burst down that Hazard on the engages. Maybe just looking to get rid of that, get a little more comfortability in the dives, and well, yep, nothing wrong with a ban like that if you're going back to the Hazard. So if we're looking, problem is, without this Zarya, you need some way, as I was talking about on Chambali Monastery, if you're playing that Hazard, you need some way to shut down the Queen, so it'll be interesting to see if they're going back to this Hazard, if they've slightly adapted anything to just try and shut down this Queen a little better.
Well, we're going to have to find out very shortly here, going to Game 3, Portsmouth versus Shanghai. Final game. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines!
The meditating monk.
That's Zen. Right? That
I
does
don't think
not
that's
look like
Zen.
Zen.
I think that's
That is
just
not
an
Zen.
Omnic.
That's an
That might be
Omnic.
like a Mural of Mondata.
Oh yeah. You say Zen doesn't have eyes like that, so I don't really know what I'm looking at here.
So anyway, it is going to be a Reinhardt
And a
out from
sim.
the Shanghai Spooners with the
So
Ryan Sim competition. It's going to be the mirroring the Queen.
We
Out
decided
from
we want to
Portsmouth.
play Queen.
They've traded. We
Nope.
said we're going to give you Queen. Oh, never mind. Red moving back over to the Queen. It might be a good Queen mirror here. In the big 2026, when Zarya is terrorizing lobbies, we are getting a honest Queen mirror.
Yes, sir. Honest Queen mirror. I love this tank. I think Queen is great, so this should be very cool. Red, very consistent with these knives. We're gonna be mirroring our vendettas. So I think this game's gonna be explosive, just as our last one. It's gonna be kind of mental. Hazel now on the sim to possibly try and melt down Unleash Raptor a bit. We're getting a lot of damage onto Red. Don't like seeing that, especially with them burning shouts. Got the pick, yeah.
Portsmouth get the first
point,
cap
but
of
Enduring
those.
falls.
Enduring falls, of course, on pick for Aureli, but Portsmouth still have the control of the point at the moment.
Big damage onto Accent, and he falls from Oryx. Unleash Raptor also falling from Hedge Wizard. Fez also falling, looking very good for Shanghai.
Alright, it's going to be the point flip. You're not too happy. You're not too unhappy with that for Portsmouth. You get a solid 40% on the point, and with how fast the points are in Flashpoint, you don't complain about that. You're relatively even on ults, even on the Rampage, ahead on that Sundering Blade, but a little behind on the Kitsu. So it's just going to be Red looking for something here. Enduring falling very low. Hedgewizard hunting, looking for a kill, but Oryx is in on point, dies to the Junker Queen of Red. Hedgewizard finds another, and Hazel is beaming from the back. Hedgewizard goes a little too deep though, gets a kill, and Unleash Raptor though falls as well. And that's going to be another fight win for Shanghai Spooners. Fez runs for the hills, and Shanghai Spooners have the ults to just close out this point. Sealy doing some shenanigans with that TP, putting the turrets on the flank, but they are going to get broken.
Shanghai playing very well on the first point.
With
ults available, I don't think they're going to try and take the duel. There's no reason to. Unleash Raptor almost ready with their own Rampage. Might be usable to respond to the 4-man from Shanghai.
Yeah, they're looking like they wanted to go for that recontest, but across my board from Ceiling to Enduring just shuts it down, and Shanghai Spooners are looking to keep the pace up here. Unleash falling low. But 5 ults here inside of Shanghai. Red can let this Rampage look whenever he wants, but it's going to be the Kitsune first.
Big rush, or big carnage. Huge sundering from Oryx onto Spooners. Roselia burning the Kitsu. Hazel burning the wall, but it's not looking good for them as Portsmouth lock in and get that first contest on the second point.
You put up that wall, but that Sundering Blade does not care about walls. Goes right through Oryx with, I think, a lovely little 4K there. And Unleash Raptor throwing the Rampage in on top, but now Shanghai Spooners have a Rampage of their own. But the beat from Material Girl might be able to just calm the Blade, but Hedge Wizard goes down very early, and the Kitsune invested here from Fez as Oryx goes in.
As well. Hazel falling. You don't like to see that. This is still winnable for them. Oryx falls. Roselia falls. Enduring. Getting a pick onto Axon. This is really looking rough for Shanghai on the second point here. We do have overclock available to Portsmouth, which we've seen many time and time again just be enough to completely close out games and fights. Shanghai almost up with their ulti kid. Red going in with the carnage. Big pick onto Oryx from Red and on Unleash Raptor. Fez falling as well. Axon falling from the crit on Enduring. And I think Shanghai's going to retake point 2.
Yeah. Good engage there. Rampage red, act from red, and Hedge with the damage in the small room. They kill 2 before the beat from Material Girl can come out. So Shanghai very happy with that fight. Fight win, and you get the beat out.
Hazel quickly falls to Unleash Raptor. That is not what you want to see here. Arx going in off of that. The Sundering Strike coming up from Hedge Wizard. Can he get a pick? Arx gets a pick on a Roselia. No pick from Hedge Wizard. We get a big carnage from Unleash Raptor, and it gets 3 people. Not good. And Portsmouth take point 1.
Shanghai losing a lot there, using that Tidal Blast, using that Sundering Blade, and not really getting anything for it. And Unleash Raptor is just able to sit, build up to that Rampage, and then just clean up the fight. It's going to be both DPS ults on the side of Portsmouth, and Shanghai not really close to anything. The only thing you've got is that Kitsune Rush at 80%, so Portsmouth might look to go early here.
The Kitsune is going to be very beneficial, especially with Hazel. The damage will be ridiculous to see as well with red. Hedge Wizard falling to Material Girl this early is not great, but Enduring also falling, so this is still winnable for either team. RX does have the Sundering Strike ready to go. Dipping out, though, does not want to die. Beat drop coming out of Material Girl. Roselia dropping the Kitsune Rush. We're still posturing. No one's falling quite yet. Just waiting. Red low. Fej low. Sundering Strike coming out from RX. Doesn't get a pick, unfortunately. Rampage coming out from Red. RX and Enduring fall because of this. Material Girl falls. This is looking very good for Shanghai. The stagger is not going to be very good for them. Rampage coming out from Unleash Raptor. This is such a long fight. Unleash gets 2 kills. This is still winnable for the Shanghai Spooners, though. Maybe not so much anymore. Roselia and Red also falling after Fej throws out the Kitsune. What a long fight.
I mean, that was a long fight, but that was absolutely beautiful by Unleash Raptor at the end. In the 5v2, I think it was, built up to the Rampage, hits 4 people, and just turns the fight pretty much single-handedly, all while Portsmouth had control of the point for the majority of that long fight. That was really well played from Portsmouth there.
For sure, and then Unleash Raptor responding with his own, getting a nice double, and Unleash getting a pick onto Hazel. The Wu Yang ult comes out. It's not going to matter, though, because Enduring's overclock gets the pick on Axon. Fej falls. Roselia also falling. Hedge Wizard falling. This is really looking bad for Shanghai Spooners here, as Portsmouth get point 2. Match point.
Shanghai had nothing left to take that. All ults were used from both teams pretty much in that elongated fight, so Portsmouth just having better positioning, having control of the point, they're just able to win that fight out and take the point without having to use anything. So it's now this point probably going to be a matter of who can build up to these big ults first. Fred's slightly ahead of the Queen ult, but Material Girl has that beat. But Hedge Wizard goes down early.
Very early. You don't love to see that. It's still winnable, though. Don't discount, because Oryx gets a pick on a Hazel. This is very bad for Spooners, as both their supports fall, as well as Reds. Uh-oh. Portsmouth might be looking to close out the game here with this last point.
I think they have 3 ults to do it. They've got the Rampage, they've got the Beat, they've got the Sundering Blade, but Shanghai Spooners again on the other side also have that Rampage, also have that Sundering Blade, and have the Kitsune Rush of their own. It's going to be a big fight with these ults, so to probably determine who's got a good chance of winning this point.
Who is going to fall first? Axon so low. Rampage coming up from both queens here. Material Girl and Roselia falls. Red falling from this Sundering Strike from Oryx. Not good. Shanghai not dialed in anymore. You don't like to see that. Portsmouth back in this.
If it's anything of a consolation for Shanghai, they didn't use any ultimates there. Portsmouth do use the 2, And Shanghai do have 4 ultimates ready to go in the bank, but Portsmouth are building up to a lot of theirs quite quickly.
Strike coming up from Hedge Wizard. That's very good pick on the Fej. We need to touch the point with the Kitsune Rush coming up from Roselia. Hazel falling as Oryx starts brawling everyone. Material Girl also falling. This is still a game for Shanghai to win as Oryx falls. Are we going to get the retake from Shanghai? Yes, we are. Roselia falling as well as Unleash Raptor. And Portsmouth back off and just give. No reason to feed this out. We have overclock available, and the Kitsune Rush is so close to being online. If that comes out and they get any picks for Shanghai, it's going to be scary. Red does have the Rampage available, though.
It's going to have to be a big Rampage to try and save the point, because Portsmouth's coming back with a lot of ults. Hedge Wizard forced out early, and this beat Overclock and Kitsune might just be the end of the game. It's going to have to be either a huge High Noon or a huge Overclock. The beat's out early, the unknown, the Overclock's out early.
Hazel trying to... Ooh, Oryx is super low. Oryx falling! The Kitsune Rush coming out from Fej. Can Shanghai clutch out this fight? It's going to be super beneficial for them. They might be able to get the second point and go to a fifth. Big damage onto Axon and Hazel not looking good for Team Shanghai. Spooners here. Enduring falls. Red also falling. Fej falls. This is still Spooners point available. 95%. Can we get a touch? I don't think we can. And game 3 goes to Portsmouth Paradons.
Yeah.
What a game.
A really close game at the end there, but Shanghai Spooners just weren't as proactive with their ultimates as Portsmouth. They're holding a lot of them for like 2-3 fights in a row, and Portsmouth are just kind of lapping them in ultimates. They're using a lot more. Looking proactively, using them more as like to combo. They're just getting a lot more value out their ultimates, and I think that was the difference.
Yeah, I was rooting for Shanghai, I'm not gonna lie, but Portsmouth putting up a beautiful game on Kings Row and Suravasa there, and even on the Shambali, they played very, very well. Just a couple of mistakes that probably lost in the game, but very, very steadily won that game. The score does tell you a good story of how well these games went, though.
Yeah, I mean, Shanghai, they did the best they could. They took the map one, but Portsmouth adapted better. They pulled out the Zarya. They won that map against the Queen pretty easily, and then said, "You're gonna ban the Zarya, we'll pull out the Queen," and they beat them on their own composition.
They did. I think Oryx playing very well on Vendetta, getting really good picks early in those fights did them favors. Not to discount Enduring with those overclocks. Those were beautiful, honestly. Really good play all around for Portsmouth, I must say. But I still need to give a good shout out to Shanghai for playing quad support, technically.
Yeah, technically quad support
and their main tank. But they played beautifully. I think Hedge Wizard really good on the Vendetta and the Venture, actually. Very impressive stuff, honestly.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it was not enough in the end. I do not... I was about to say, I do not know if we have an interview, but I do have received information that we are going to have an interview with both Fej and I think Naptor.
Yeah, Naptor's in
Portsmouth.
the general chat.
trying to sort out getting into the group here. Hello, Unleash Raptor and Fej. How were those games?
You know what? I think those games were a showcase of our heart.
Art is racing.
We were, yeah, we didn't have a game plan. We just spoke to ourselves and went, "Listen, boys, we give the fight to them and we do ourselves proud." And I can guarantee you, every single member on that team did that. Enduring did that. Jack did that. Material Go did that, and especially Naptor, who clutched on as Jungle Queen as well.
He sure did. That last game there. What was it a disrespect, or were you saying, nah, we got a better queen? What was the idea behind the queen pick?
I've basically been up until recently. I was like a queen one trick, so I just hard ran it and just see how it went. And yeah, I had a lot of knives and a lot of axes.
I'll just add as well. It's no disrespect at all to the other team. We've played them before and they beat us, so we just wanted to showcase to them, at least to appreciate their skill level and try our hardest. So Napta, again, is an amazing jungle queen, amazing Overwatch rep as well. So yeah.
After a bit of a shaky map 1, how are you able to just mentally reset and just pull yourselves back into the series with a dominant King's Row?
Us as a team agreed that dive was not for us against this team, so we decided we're gonna run brawl. So we went with the Zarya Vendetta, and when Zara was banned, we went for the Junker Queen.
Yeah, and it worked out beautifully. I mean, dominant on King's Row with 3-1 on Saravasa. And do you think you had the better Vendetta today? I feel like it was a battle of the Vendettas, and yours was putting in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oryx Jack, huge Vendetta. He works really hard. Like, he's constantly playing to work on every single character, and Vendetta's one of them, which he's definitely pushed himself to do better. All respect to the opposite Vendetta as well, because she had me out a few times, but Jack's just on a different level to anybody, I think.
I mean, yeah, that's a really interesting to see, and well, congratulations on your win, and yeah.
You definitely see the heart for this team here. Very, very proud to represent.
Always.
Yeah, so we'll be like, I think that's all we have time for today. So we will be letting you two go, and congratulations on your win, and have a nice rest of your evening.
GG, shout out Portsmouth!
GG's. Right, I think that's us wrapping up our USS streams. If we can give a nice shout out to our production team, we had Isaac as our producer, Friday and Cake as our observers, myself and Matt as your casters, and Hazel as our lobby admin. Huge shout out to the production crew. Couldn't have done it without them. What do you got to say, Matt?
I mean, yeah, we always putting in the work behind the scenes as his production crew. I came on, just a month ago. They've welcomed me in. They've helped me up with everything, and they always do 100% every week. So make shout out to the production crew, definitely.
They work harder than anyone I know. So huge shout out to them. Looking forward to working with them more. I think that is all from us. Any last words, Matt?
The Spooners will rise again.
Spooners will rise again. Right, I'm going to send us away. What? Oh no, Reclaimer is bald.
Reclaimer's bald.
Reclaimer is bald. Unfortunate. That is us from tonight. Everyone have a good night. And GG.
See ya.